Hey, Crispy, what's up? I'm so happy the power is back on. Pretty Cessna. It's hard to not use the blue livery, but I like the yellow one too. I haven't used the Garmin 530 and 430 for a while because I've just been so hyped on the G1000 NXI, so I figured I'd bring out the 530, 430 today. Hey, Tabletop. Hey, Jason. First time catching it live. Sweet. I'll make sure to be a distraction. Great. Hey, Magic. Magic Norm. How's it going? We'll see if this new copyright-free music playlist stands the test of time. Yes, Jason. Yep. PMS mod is awesome. Actually, I haven't used it for a while, but it looks like it was last updated in August. So not too long ago, probably after Sim Update 5 came out. That was Sim Update 5, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was debating, maybe I'll bring out the Warrior a little bit later, but I think I'm just going to start with the Skyhawk first. But the PMS mod's really nice. He fixed a bunch of bugs, and he added, traffic pages are great. Yeah, the analog dials, yeah, they're pretty nice. There are other planes, yeah, that are more steam gauge. So if you have the deluxe edition, you can fly this one. For you guys that have standard, you won't have the Skyhawk with the G1000 and the steam gauges in it. But this is in the deluxe edition or deluxe plus premium if you upgrade. I believe, let me check. I actually have a little spreadsheet that I kind of maintain that has each of the planes and what it has in them. Here, let me link that so you guys can take a look at that too. So this isn't always completely up to date, but I try to keep it up to date. But that link I just posted in the chat is a link to this kind of spreadsheet I've been keeping for a bit on just each of the planes. So it helps me pick which one I want to fly sometimes. So 530 and 430, I know one of the Diamonds has it. The DA40 TDI has the 430. That's also part of the deluxe edition. So it's basically the steam gauge equivalent of the Diamond DA40. So the regular DA40 has the G1000, and that's called the DA40 NG, or next generation. And then the DA40 TDI has the steam gauge instruments and a single 430 in it. Yeah, and in that list, there are a bunch of other ones too. Let's see, the Britain Norman. Trying to see what's in the base game. Yeah, the Mooney M20R has the 530 in it. Most of the, let's see, the Carenado. Yeah, most of the Pipers by Carenado and Just Flight, actually all of them, all of the Arrows, Warriors, Seminoles, Senecas, all have 530s and or 430s in them as well. And then there's got to be another one. Oh yeah, the Virus. Oh, it's part of premium, but the Virus 121, if you have premium, that plane, it's an Asobo plane. It also has a 430 in it. Does it have an autopilot? Yes, it has an autopilot as well. I haven't looked at that plane for a while, actually. I don't know how to say the name of the manufacturer. Pipistrel? Anyway, this one, the Virus, this one has a 430 in it as well. So let's see. Oh, it's got the G3X as well. Okay, so this is a little more advanced. This is not very, this is not steam gaugey at all. Yeah, it's got a pair of G3X. The G3X, not the touch version. This is just the vertical G3X version, I think. So you actually have to use the buttons on the side, not the, you don't touch, there's no touch screen. but it's got a 430 in here for, I assume, for a common nav too. The DC6 has a 430. Does the 172 work with the 750? You can use the 750 in any plane that has a G1000 in it. So what it does is it just puts the 750 touchscreen on top of the G1000. And if you have any of the third-party Pipers and stuff like that, like the Carenado ones and the Just Flight ones, they also, the 750 works with that. I took a look at it, I think it was like a month ago, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago on a stream. I did it all with the GTN 750 and it was cool. Hey Merlin, what's up? How's it going, dude? Welcome back. But yeah, the GTN 750 is really nice just because it's all touchscreen. So, you know, with your mouse, it just makes things really easy. So our power in our building, our apartment building, half of the building had no power for the last 27 hours or so. If the stream suddenly ends, it's because the power went out again, but I'm hoping it'll stay on. It's a little risky doing the stream right now as it came back on, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, the 750 is cool. And the premium edition is really cool too. It has a lot of additions. It has like textual METARs, so you can get the weather. And it also has Navigraph, a Navigraph integration, kind of like the G3000 mod does, where you can pull up Navigraph charts if you have Navigraph, so you can pull up your approaches and taxiway diagrams, all that kind of stuff. Hey, AN3K. Hey, glad it's a good time for you. Yeah, you can make a copy of the sheet if you want. Will you get the updates if you do a copy, or does it free? It's like a snapshot. I don't plan on deleting it, but I'll update it here and there. I don't update it with every single plane, but you know, like I don't have this brand new, this Trinidad one that's in there. But sometimes I'll go through every now and then, just update a bunch just to put the basics in there. So I'll just look through the screenshots really quickly and see, oh, hey, this one has a 530, 430. So there you go. Here's another option, but this is payware at 25 bucks. So, hey Schwartz, wish I could fly, but you're not home till Friday. Sad face. It's gonna be quiet up there with just one plane. All right, I'm gonna, as always, pop open the Skypad here, find a quick route to fly. And yeah, I'm gonna do the 530, 430 just to get back into the swing of using that a little bit. I do like the simplicity of the 530, 430 and like the steam gauges. It's pretty nice. One thing that's nice too is like if you, the glass cockpits are a bit more demanding. So if you use the G1000, it's a bit more demanding on your graphics and your, you know, your computer, because animating those screens just takes a lot. Like if you look in the settings, there's actually a full, you know, there's a setting just for the glass cockpit refresh rate. That's how much of an impact it has on your graphics, is it has its own graphics setting. So when you fly a plane that doesn't have the G1000, your performance should be a bit better. It just takes a lot for it to animate that, you know, full on screen with everything that goes on a single screen, like all of your primary instruments and things like that. All right, where to fly today? Let's actually check the world map and see if we can find some fun weather to fly through. So if you go to more and filters, you can change from clouds to precipitation if you want to find some fun weather to fly through. So yeah, we could definitely go to the south today. We could go to Florida, Georgia, Tennessee. Wow, there's like a hot spot here in Tennessee. Be pretty nuts to fly through here. So let's see if I can match this up with Skypark. So up here in Tennessee, we actually have like a proper borders for the states here in Skypark. Sometimes I go for these gold ones first, just because they're these are like the curated ones. kind of the custom non-computer generated ones. Today I learned, oh, just a snapshot. Yeah, the original version's in your shared list. Yeah, it should keep tabs on it for you. Today I learned that we'll never see a Gulfstream G700. Oh, is that because of licensing issues or something? I did, I forget which YouTube video I watched about. There was a news update. Was it Obsidian Ant? I think it was Obsidian Ant's video yesterday. He went through a bunch of the updates. He mentioned that the fly-by-wire A320NX, I believe, is it that one, will not be an Xbox? Was it the fly-by-wire? I think that's what he went over, is some licensing issue or something about the code license used to program that mod was not able to legally be used on Xbox or something. Flights over Europe. I'm a little intimidated by going to Europe just because I always like to know all the flight rules, and like I think the main difference are just the transition levels. And when I look at charts, you know, every country has kind of their own layout for charts, so they can be a little confusing. But I guess if I'm flying VFR, it's not as big a deal. I do want to at least start here. I know I just fly in the US the whole time. It's what I know, you know. My other screen is in the way. Oh, I'm showing the Skypark thing on purpose so we can pick a flight here. Gulfstream is suing everybody because they don't want a license. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's like a safety thing. They're worried that people will like train on one in a sim and then like, I don't know, hop in one somehow without an instructor. I don't know. I don't know how it works. It seems like good publicity to have your plane in flight sim. They don't want their code used under a private license. Oh, I see. So it's open. They want it to be more open. Got it. Well, this is an 88-mile flight that'll put us. Oh, sorry. Tabletop. You were talking about how it didn't switch back to the sim. Oh, I know why that is. It's because. Oh, let me fix that. It's because of the patch. It changes the title of the simulator. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Anyway, if we can fly around here, this might be a little too intense. I don't know how crazy we want to get. I mean, flying IFR with steam gauge is pretty awesome. Not having the glass cockpit like totally adds to the stress. So, to the complexity. So this could be pretty fun actually. So maybe I should start with this one, 00GA. I mean, these are going to be really small airports for this mission without any approaches. There's probably no IFR approaches into these. And let's filter by something shorter. I don't like to go too far. Let's do like 80 miles, see what we get. You like to see the airspace in the world map. Oh yeah, airspace is pretty nice too. Yeah, it helps you. It definitely helps. I've changed these filters so many times. Like I usually turn off all of these as well. Landmarks, cities, and fauna, because I don't want any waypoints on the map really besides departure and arrival airports. Like I don't really plan a flight starting at a waypoint. That is a really quick way to find them though. Like if you're doing sightseeing, you just want to go around and look at all the really cool flight sim kind of landmarks. You can just click on this and set it as your departure and it'll just start you airborne. So you just, yeah, start in, hit play, and you're already right over the landmark. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, you can turn on airspace down here too. And then if you turn on nav aids, you'll get like VORs. If you turn on fix and RNAV, you'll get all the GPS or RNAV waypoints as well. Skypark looks good. I'm tempted to pick it up. I can't get used to Neosfly's UI. Yeah, that's the main reason I recommend it. it doesn't have all the bells and whistles as NeoFly and as On Air. And you might find that you get kind of bored of it if you really want that kind of career mode progression. Because right now in Skypark, like, you don't really use the money you earn except for some fees that you pay. You don't manage which plane you fly. You don't have to do check rides or anything like that like you do in the other ones. And like get your endorsements for different types of planes or your ratings. So it is much simpler, but it is, you know, there's some benefits to that simplicity, right? You have the flexibility to pick any plane you want. It's really easy to just, if you travel somewhere else, like when I travel over here, it's going to cost me $100 or so in fees, but it just instantly moves your pilot. You don't have to deal with the fuel or the weight management. It's just much easier. It's more casual for sure, but there's, you know, that gives you the speed to just pick something and just get going really, really quickly. So, and then I think Skypark is the only one. NeoFly might have some of these, but Skypark does a lot of, let me clear this really quickly. They do a lot of these, the gold colored routes are actually like handcrafted by their team. So these aren't just computer generated routes like you'll find in the other ones. So, you know, they have like deliver COVID vaccines. They have like tours. So here's Mid-Atlantic. So they'll focus on specific regions for these and kind of handcraft them. They always have these through Cuba, the Kingpins missions. And yeah, they're just a little more curated. But if you have $35 to spend, if you're not going to miss that money, then I don't think there's a risk in grabbing it. Addicted to NeoFly. And dude, NeoFly is awesome. They're all really great. On Air is the one I use most of the time when I'm not on the stream. Hey Chris, what's up? Yeah, when I'm not on the stream, I'll use On Air, and I'm almost at $1 million in On Air flying a ton of Grand Caravan missions, so that's pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you don't want to spend any money, do NeoFly. It's a little harder to learn, but it's got everything you need and it's free. You can do the add-ons to that if you want later. Skypark, yeah, is one-time cost, and then On Air is a subscription. But I kind of committed to On Air I bought like their 2-year prepaid thing, and it's only like $3 a month or $250 USD a month if you buy it longer term. It's only really expensive if you do it month to month. I guess that's mostly how those things work. All right, let's get in there. I always spend so much time just chatting with you guys. I might as well just hop in a Discord and not do the stream. There just happens to be a flight sim in the background. It's just really a chat room. We're back to America Online chat room days, powered by YouTube. All right, let me go back up towards Tennessee here and find something up here. All right, 26 miles is a little too short. 37. Here we go, 66 miles. I think this is a good first one. We're definitely going to find some weather here, I think. So take off from KRNC to KMRC. KRNC to KMRC. I'm going to type that out. AOL, how old am I? Pretty old. I'll be 40 next year. There's such a huge age range in flight sim, I think, nowadays, especially. I mean, I remember playing flight sim when I was a kid, like the really early ones from the 90s. I played those, but I never played Flight Sim X. And yeah, I just really got into simming about 1.5 years ago, but I love it. Ever fly in VR? Yeah, Kyle, I have a Steam Index. I actually started with the Reverb G2, but I got the Steam Index and it's great. I think the refresh rate is really nice on it, but I can only do it for like an hour, and then it kind of messes with my brain. I think it'll give me like a headache. It's just a lot of motion. I'm hoping if they clean it up and like make it a bit more sharp in the game that 40, you sound like a kid. Oh, good. I just turned 40. Yep. I definitely don't feel 40. I feel like, you know, I feel like 30, I would say. Turning 21 next month. Yeah, you're definitely a baby. Hey, that's awesome, dude. That's great. I wish I was flight simming when I was 21. I'd be so much better by now. All right, KRNC to KMRC, highest obstacle 1300. I'm gonna go in here, plug that in, and I'm gonna use the 530 430 today. 65, so I guess you're a kid. There's just such a age range. Like everybody loves aviation, it seems like. I feel like it would skew a little more towards people probably like 30 plus. That's just my impression, but you know, I don't really know much too much about, you know, the culture of flying and stuff like that, like a lot of you guys do. But I think it's good if Microsoft Flight Sim, the newer sim, is bringing more people into it. It's a good thing. All right, runway 23, let's start at parking. And then, yeah, I want to see the waypoints and stuff on the 530, 430, so I'll just hit the IFR preset, and we have 2 approaches here. Or I guess it's 1 on both sides of the runway, but we have an RNAV approach when we get in, which we'll probably need with this weather. We'll see how crazy it is, but obviously I wouldn't fly in this VFR. The weather is nuts right now, so we'll see what happens. You know, doing it for entertainment. You know, this isn't realistic. We would not want to fly through this stuff. Only played Flight Sim 98, crashed all the time. Wasn't much into learning. Yeah. I remember the early Flight Sims. You know, when I was younger, I was just playing it for fun. But I just love soaking up new skills and all that. Don't forget to load my plane. Thanks, guys. I can actually hit that right now, right? Begin. So we pay a fee. This is really the only use for the money right now in Skypark. Ah, sweet. That's a good sound. All right, we're transporting railway wagon parts. Oh, yeah. Got some good rain here. This is going to be nuts. This might be horrible. This is basically, I mean, we're in like hurricane weather, so we'll see how it goes. All right, load the parts. All right, I actually have I have 4Flight pulled up in front of me just to look at taxiways and stuff for fun. I haven't been using it too much lately, but kind of nice to have on in the background. I feel so lucky my generation is having this as our intro to Flight Sim. Oh, it's incredible. Yeah. I mean, hopefully it'll inspire, you know, like a new generation of pilots. It's pretty amazing. Overwhelming as a young gal in aviation communities. For the most part, folks are lovely. I always say folks with an L. I don't know why. Folks. Yeah, I mean, luckily, you know, if you don't want to interact with other people, you can avoid them if possible. I mean, hopefully something like VATSIM would be really cool too. Like people in that kind of environment would generally be more respectful to each other, I think. Focus on the, focus on the objectives and just not get out of hand. All right, let's start it up. I'm going to go assisted checklist because I'm lame. And this weather's going to be super fun. Oh, little lag there loading in. I have that new option for the pre-caching of the terrain on high, not on ultra, to try to save some of the frame rates. So we'll see how that goes. All right, and I also bound a couple more of my buttons on my Bravo throttle quadrant. I labeled them with my label maker like a nerd. So I have my fuel pump, pitot heat, and I had parking brake before, but those are the 3 switches I bound so far. One downside to not using the alpha is not having the switches for the lights and the ignition. Those are super useful. I really liked having those on the alpha, but I tend to use my side stick just because it frees my hands up. There's not this huge thing, you know, right in front of me. Can sit closer to the monitor and all that. Barry's 81. Barry's in the lead. Thanks for hanging out, Barry. Farmers need their parts. Yep. Let's do the... Let's see. Okay, Memphis Approach. We can tune in. Oh, we have weather here, so that's nice.
Visibility 6 in heavy rain. Sky condition ceiling 1,200 feet overcast.
1,200 feet of clouds.
22C dew point 10 C altimeter tree 007.
All right, 3007.
November Charlie automated weather observation 2000 Zulu. Wind 044 at 7. Visibility 6 in heavy rain.
3007.
Ceiling 1,200 feet over.
Right around there.
Temperature.
All right, and we can actually, so normally you can't request your IFR clearance if you're using the NXI, if you guys are still using that. I know I always mention that, just always like to remind people, if you want to get IFR clearance with the NXI, you have to do it on the world map. You have to do all your flight planning on the world map, and that's like set in stone. Whatever you do in the world map, that's what gets translated to ATC. But if you're back using the 530, 430 like this, or anything non-NXI, you can go in and program your flight plan manually in here if you want to, and go through and add all your waypoints. You can hit procedure and add all your approaches, or your departures and arrival, or your departure, I guess, you know, at the start of the flight you would add. And all this will work and sync up with ATC. It's just when you fly with the NXI right now, you know, we don't get that just because it basically doesn't synchronize. All right, so I'm going to do the IFR clearance.
Memphis Approach, Cessna November to 1 Kilo India Papa IFR to Kilo Mike Romeo Charlie, ready to copy.
Cessna November 1 Kilo India Papa is
We're going to give us our squawk.
Romeo Charlie Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.15 squawk 0277. Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
All right, 0277.
Cessna November to 1 Kilo India Papa, cleared to Kilo Mike Romeo Charlie Airport.
I haven't used this autopilot for a while either, so this will be fun.
7,000 feet. Departure is 128.15 squawk 0277. Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
Cessna Kilo India Papa, read back correct. Good day.
All right, so I think, what was the wind? The winds were like 070, I think. So we have a windsock in sight here. There we go. Winds are pretty calm. It's hard to tell. I think it said it was like 10 knots or so. So maybe they're not too calm. It's obvious. It's significant. All right. So that's facing a little bit towards us. So it looks like they're blowing around north. Will I use the FLD? Do you mean FLC? I don't understand how it works in the G530. FLD to manage my altitude? I'm just going to be using, so on this plane, the only climb, there's no, I think you might mean flight level change, FLC or IAS mode. If you're talking about that for the autopilot, this autopilot does not have that. It only has a VNAV mode for climbing and descending. So we'll need to use VNAV. And yeah, the thing about FLC, FLC is definitely preferred because it gives you that safety of maintaining your airspeed for you, which is obviously like the entire point when you're climbing is to maintain a certain airspeed, like your VY speed or your VX speed if you need to go over obstacles, your VY speed if you want the best rate, or something higher than that if you want to add some ground speed during your climb. Hey, Chris. So in this case, though, in this plane, we don't have a flight level change mode. Flight level change lets you climb by defining a target airspeed, because the most important thing when you're climbing is to aim for a target airspeed. So in this, our target airspeed, our VY is 74 knots. So I'll aim for like 75 right here. If you set vertical speed mode and you climb a lot, like you climb a lot of altitude, a big altitude change, because the air gets thinner as you get higher, your climb performance gets lower. So you need to pitch the nose of the aircraft down more and more as you get higher and higher in altitude. So when I'm going to be we're climbing to 7,000 feet. So that's significant just because we're at 1,000 right now. So as we climb up, I'm going to need to keep an eye on our vertical speed that I set in this. And I will have to manually notch that lower and lower. So lower our rate of climb as we get higher, because the plane won't be able to maintain the same airspeed when we're pitched up as we get higher and higher. So, so that's what we'll be doing. Somebody's here. Let me turn the plates back on. You guys mentioned last time on Thursday's stream that there was a a plugin for the plates, like the mini plates or something, and I couldn't find them. I found one of them, but it wasn't called mini plates. I did not install it, so I probably found the right one, but yeah, I just didn't download it, so I'm just doing the default still. Bigger barrier to getting into aviation is the cost. This Cessna will cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, I haven't looked at listings for planes for a while. It matters the equipment in it, right? Like an older plane with newer equipment probably like doubles the cost of the plane if it has like really new avionics and stuff like that. I mean, most of the planes you're going to look at are, you know, like what, 40 years old. All right, so I'm going to check the weather again because 135, 525, I'll do it on COM 2 so we can stay on this frequency. So COM 2, which is on our 430. So we'll do 135, 525. Yeah, I mean, generally you're going to be renting the plane every time, I guess, if you're flying for real. But yeah, owning your own plane would be a huge milestone.
Wind 044 at 7. Visibility 6 and heavy rain. Sky condition ceiling 1,200 feet overcast. Temperature 22C dew point.
These are all the lights for the panels down here. Yeah, flying clubs. Yeah, a coworker of mine is part of a flying club. Yeah, and they share a bunch of diamonds mostly. Yeah, it matters where you live too. Like PPL and where I live in Los Angeles is going to be way more money than somewhere else, like in the middle of the country in a less populated area, and take a lot more time. I didn't listen to the wind. Listen again. All right, 044 at 7. All right, turn COM 2 off. Yeah, all right, 044. Diamonds are $1 million. Yeah, did you see, what's the new diamond? The DA50? I think it's a DA50. It's like a 5-seater. I saw it on YouTube. Somebody went for a test flight and it was cool. Yeah, DA40. I think the DA50 is the new 5-seater, and then it's a single engine as well. And then yeah, DA62 is the twin. Okay, so 04. So we have a 05 runway here, so we're going to use the 05 for the takeoff. Announce our taxi. Do our taxi checklist. Release the parking brake. Okay. You have the crosswinds. The combat pedals look nice. Yeah, Greg, they're nice, except the problem is that it's harder to push them because they're so much shorter. So you have less leverage. I really like how small they are. Like, they're much more realistic. Those really huge pedals it comes with are really funny, I think. So yeah, I prefer the size of them, but I have to like almost pick my thighs come up off my chair when that's how much pressure I have to put onto them to use them. So it's definitely made taxiing and yeah, and using the rudders a bit challenging. But I think, you know, it's going to be personal preference too. I'm a pretty light dude, so I don't necessarily have a lot of weight to put on them with my legs, so so it might work better for someone else. All right, and let me check our lights here. All right, turn our landing lights on. Pitot heat's off right now. I should just put the pitot heat on. I want to check that my switches work here. Nice. So I have these fuel pump. That's weird. Fuel pump doesn't work. So I bound a couple keys on my Bravo. Fuel pump and pitot heat. But for some reason, fuel pump on and off doesn't want to work. There's just so many. There's so many different bindings and with similar names. Like, I know there's the electric fuel pump, so it might be that. So you have just fuel, and then you have pump on and off. Now, is this the electric pump? Because now down here, there's electric pump. But there's no, like, turn all electric pumps on and off. There's just toggle electric fuel pumps. So then an up-down switch is kind of annoying, right? Like, no matter which direction you move it, it's going to toggle. So I guess they're off by default. So if I leave, let's see. So clearly the, oh, what? Okay. Clearly these don't do anything. So I'm going to clear these because these don't work. I would think pump on and off would be, it must be the non-electric fuel pumps. And this must be for the electric fuel pump. But in this case, there's no on and off. There's only a toggle. And then there's set, which I don't even know what that does. It just says, it says set on or off. 0, 1. Toggle backup electric fuel pump. There we go. Toggle all. So I can set it to this one and then not bind the down position, I guess. So it's a little weird. Oh, X-plane. I actually find X-plane harder to set than this one. They're not, I think X-plane is so much, you know, it's been around so much longer. They have a billion more settings. So I don't know. As long as it works, it doesn't bug me. Oh, weird. What? Look at that. All right. So Treezus $4.99. Thanks for the $4.99, man. Totally not necessary, but I appreciate it. We haven't even left the ground. Don't send me a tip. X-plane's harder for you too. Just set it to only up or down and toggle it. So this is what I'm getting now for up. So this is not great. So I think the problem is when it's in the up or down position, it just keeps sending the command repeatedly. Like it looks like that's what it's doing. So, and I got lucky, mattering if I turn it on or off. All right, I'm just gonna unbind that. That's a bummer. All right, I'm gonna unbind that for now. It's one of those things I wanna do and be realistic about. You know, turning the fuel pump on for takeoff and landing, but looks like it's not in the cards today. So, all right, I'm just gonna turn it off for now. Bummer. Thank you, Tree. Thanks again. Okay, all right, I'll leave the fuel pump off for now. Probably forget to turn it on because I'm a great pilot. Honeycomb switches are like press and hold a key. Yeah, that's so weird. I wonder why they made it that way. What does the fuel pump do? So it's actually a backup. It's an electric fuel pump, basically a backup fuel pump. So normally the procedure is you turn the electric fuel pump on during takeoff and landing, just as a redundancy in case the regular fuel pump fails. So you'll turn it on for takeoff and on final. Look at the default profile. There is a correct bind already there. Oh no. Oh, I can look at the, okay, yeah, let me check that real quick. I don't want it to overwrite all of my settings, but as long as I don't accept it, then it should be okay, right? So, all right, let me take a look. Never tried multiplayer, but since there are 4 planes around KRNC, might have gotten the settings correct. Oh yeah, I'm on US West, by the way. So you have to come up here in the top right and choose the same server I'm on, or we won't see each other. I'm on West USA, if you want to join in. So I'm going to do what Kyle's recommending here. Let me see if we can figure this out. Bravo heli and default. Okay, fuel pump. It has nothing for me. Unless it's not on the word pump. Yeah, this assign thing doesn't work anymore either, does it? Oh, there we go. Gear up and down, landing light, autopilot. What do we got here? DOR, anti-ice. Mixture, feather, yeah, throttle, landing gear. Yeah, I don't see anything. On the input though, I don't know where it's bound to. That's if I want to search by like, what is bound to this key? Yeah, I'm not sure there is any. All right, it's all good. I'll just do it manually for now. I've spent so much time here. Bad Bauer is here. Who else is next to me? Somebody. Oh, Bad Bauer. Are you in the Diamond? Yeah, you're in the DA40. All right, we're gonna go taxi over to runway 05 then. All right, parking brake off. Yeah, this is gonna be some gnarly Did my plane shut off? It did shut off. Somehow. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if it did that while I was messing with the binding. You know what it probably was? When I went to default, one of the switches was probably set to the engines or something. So any switch that was down probably reset the whole thing. All right, let's reset and do these pages again then. The pitot heat switch works, so that's nice. Bad Bauer's me, but I don't see you. Oh, that's weird. Beacon on, yes. Can turn the beacon on. Wonder why it's not turning it on for us. Oh no, did it accept the... Wait, what? I don't... Oh no, it overrode it. Wait, the fuel pump just went on. What? Oh, it's doing it. What? Hold on. That's so weird. I told it to cancel the changes and it accepted them. Oh god, I'm a mess, guys. Sorry. So it went to default even though I said to cancel the changes. So that's weird. All right, back to Bravo Kip. All right, so that's probably why it shut down. I bet some of these are set to the master switches and stuff like that. As always, the first half hour of the stream is a scramble. When you're going into the menu and back into the game, the Bravo sometimes does weird things. When unused axes or buttons are bound. Oh, fun. It's just, there's always something new, isn't there? All right, let me put this back on. Garmin is restarting. For TBM, you need a unique throw profile. I know, yeah, back in the sim update, some things changed with the throttle, right? Didn't you have to bind the prop axis or something like that? Haven't flown the TBM for a while. Okay, we're back in standby. Let's turn it back to altitude reporting. Okay. All right, test our brakes. Definitely tested the brakes.
Rudder.
All right, there we go. All right, yeah, the airport is KRNC. Kilo Romeo November Charlie. KRNC. And our destination is KMRC. Mike Romeo Charlie. All right, let's finally go over to 25, or sorry, runway 05.
Kilo Romeo November Charlie. Traffic Cessna November 2.
Should have to take off or we're gonna lose our IFR clearance. Prop mixture is bound, the engines turn off. God. We have to learn as much about the actual planes themselves as we do all the random quirks of the sim as well, huh? All right, taxiing over to 05 now. All right, 1,000 RPMs. Let's check the lights again. Yep, they're off. Beacon is off. That's bad. I'm gonna turn the fuel pump now. So actually, I'll do the run up. Taxi nav strobe, pitot heat. I'm gonna turn on. Have it on a switch. All right. This is fine. This is weather that we would choose to fly in. It's nice being back in this plane. I used to fly this like primarily. This was the thing I was using constantly. Was the steam gauge version. I'm gonna sync that heading bug to our runway heading. Great weather for 172. 100%, John. Yeah, the first thing I said when I picked this was no one would actually fly in this, but let's do it for fun. I like to get the weather in. It's just it's more entertaining. Like doing the clear skies all the time can get a little stale. So yeah, I like to try it for the entertainment purposes. Do the gauges have a light? Oh yeah, they do. It reset them, I think. But down here, there's these two knobs. There's like an inner and an outer. So this one right here, yeah, can give you the gauge lights. I think one of them might control the avionics lights, like the side buttons here. I didn't check to see where the run-up area is, but it looks like... Actually, I don't see one on the taxiway diagram I have on my iPad. Over my personal minimums, yep. Probably over everyone's. Yeah, the winds are probably going to be crazy too. I had a good time when we did an ILS one a while back. I was doing the Skypark, like focused on ILS approaches. And during one of them, the winds were really bad, so the autopilot disconnected and I had to hand fly it. And I mean, that kind of challenge is like really entertaining and just really fun. Like the stress of it basically becomes fun. I don't know. I had a good time doing that, so I like the possibility of the introducing a little chaos. It just makes it a little more just less boring. It makes it a little more fun. You remember you were allowed to be in an airliner cockpit during the whole landing at 16? That sounds awesome. I've only been in the cockpit just just before the flight, like on a commercial flight. Never in one during landing or takeoff on a jet like that. John, the advantages of the mod, mostly bug fixes. So like there's this notorious U-turn bug that most of the stock avionics do. It fixes things like that. It adds a few more pages. There's a traffic page. There's a relative terrain page. It adds to the 530, it adds the VNAV page, which you don't get. So that's pretty nice too. So if you've ever used like the 530 or 430 with the VNAV page, like this page, so you can actually put in, you can choose one of your waypoints and choose what altitude you want to be at, and it'll give you the VNAV descent and when to start your descent. What's actually really nice is it has this position, so you can say when you want to be at the altitude in terms of miles. So, say 5 or 6 or 9 miles from the airport. So it's pretty nice. And then I think you can get to that down here as well. Yeah, on the last page of the 430, you can get to that as well. But the 530 happens to have a unique VNAV button at the bottom right here as a shortcut to that page. And then, yeah, it has the traffic page. This is the terrain page. So you have your relative terrain. And then you have a traffic page as well. For some reason, the traffic, it must be a sim thing with traffic. It doesn't really show traffic. I think they also renamed some of these frequencies here too. So it's pretty nice. There's a bunch of nice changes. The clear button shortcut works. I think it works in the default one too. And then the declutter options also work here. So if you hit clear, down here you can see this -1, -2, -3. That's just the levels of declutter. So that works as well. I think you can also change all 4 of these, the fields in the corners. So where it says direct track distance or desired track distance, ground speed, estimated time on route. Right here, change fields. Oh yeah, you can do north up as well. Forgot about that. So in here you can come in day night lighting. So change fields will let you specify what field is in each corner. So yeah, there's a bunch of improvements. So it's free too. So I would 100% recommend getting it. Oh, we have our wind indicator right here as well. It says 0 knots right now, probably because we're on the ground. And OBS mode also works in this, which doesn't work in the stock one. So when you hit OBS, that mode turns on. And then How do you do this again? Is it the outer knob? Whoops. I think you might need to turn the cursor on. Yes, there you go. So you turn on OBS mode, push the cursor button here, and then you can rotate and you can dial in your OBS bearing. And then turn it back off if you want. So yeah, there's a lot of improvements and it's a free mod. So I have it linked in the description. So yeah, check it out. It's awesome. I'll just do the autocomplete. I'm going to turn this music down a little, sorry. I'm on the hunt for music that's not too obnoxious. I think this is better than the other ones, but actually maybe it's not too loud for you guys. Anyway, tell me if it sucks, I'll turn it down. I know some people really like to hear the engine sounds and stuff, so I never know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I'll make it really quiet. Oh yeah, I give ATC so much spare time, yeah. Really easy to be a controller talking to me. You can take a nap. Is Skypark a payware version? It's a separate app, DEFCON. It's its own thing, but you do have to pay for it. It's like a one-time cost through Orbex. We're just here chilling, doing our run-up. Oh my god, there's so many of you guys. Oh shit. I'm sorry, guys. You know what? Let's skip the run-up. Sorry, this is taking forever. All right, we're good. Everything's fine. Magneto's both. All right, sorry. I don't want to hold everyone up. I'm gonna cancel this. I didn't know there were 4 of you guys behind me. Sorry, we'll take off now. Sorry, guys. I'm not used to there being anybody, so it's a change for me too. All right, do we want to try to do a coordinated takeoff here? I don't know the staggered pattern. I know you stagger it left and right, so I guess I'll take a, let's see. I guess it matters the wind, doesn't it? If the wind is 0.4, then it's a little bit off to our left. So I think that means I want to be on the right side. I don't know if there are any rules around this. I'm going to go to the right. I assume there's a rule for like a coordinated takeoff depending on the wind and what the initial turn you take is. So I'm just going to guess for now. Who is Subdue Rat? You're in front of me. Most action this airport's seen in a while. Runway length here is 5,000 feet. This is so cool. You guys are joining. This is fun. All right, I'm gonna line up on the right side. And then I think we stagger left and right, right? Oh, is someone in the TBM? Oh no, that's the Grand Caravan. All right, so we got a Diamond DA. Is that a 40? Yeah, sorry, DA40. Oh yeah, it says it right there. I forgot. So we got a Grand Caravan, a DA40, and then our 2 Cessnas. They're waiting for me. I don't think everyone wants to do a takeoff at the same time. All right, I'll just go. I'm holding up the line. Watch out for the jet wash. Luckily, the biggest plane's in the back. I guess the 208's the biggest that we got here. All right, let's finally go. What has it been? 3 hours since I started the stream? It's like the windsock says we got a little wind out of the right now. All right, 40 knots. 50 knots. 55. Can't see the turn coordinator. There we go. All right, trimming up for 75. Probably just used 4 gallons of gas on the ground. Yeah, I didn't even fill it up or anything. It's just at the default 50%. We're probably going to lose our clearance. They're probably going to say my clearance was void.
Cessna November 21 Kilo India Papa is passing 1,300 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Cessna November 21 Kilo India Papa Memphis, departure altimeter
All right, 3007. And continue as planned. So course is off to the left. I'm gonna zoom in this little map here. We need to make like a 180. Has it really been 3 hours? No, I'm being sarcastic. It just takes me a while. I end up like chatting for a while and then just definitely taking my time. But no, it has. Do I ever use the head tracking like Track IR? I've never used Track IR, but I've used one of the free ones that you can get like for your phone. And it kind of weirded me out. I felt like really disoriented using it. Just because it's weird to look straight ahead, but turn your head only while still looking straight. I don't know. It kind of weirded me out. All right, we're at 80 knots, passing 3,000 feet now. I'm gonna turn back to the right a little bit more here. So we want 251 as our first heading. Moving my heading bug over there. Track IR is decent, more helpful in combat sims. Yeah, I just got a little weirded out by, just moving my head and not moving my eyes was a little weird. I don't know. I know people love it, like people that use it, get into it, they really love it, but yeah, it was just kind of strange for me. I don't know. Set course to 247. And there's a bunch of other messages that are in the mod too. They added like, I think airspace messages are in there. There's probably a few others. All right, we have a 19 or 18 knot tailwind, a little bit out of the right side. All right, so we're coming up on our course here. 75 knots. Passing 4,000. All right, so we're turning to 251 roughly. 4,500 feet. All right, little bit to the right, of course. Used to get, you get used to it after a day. Yeah, I gave it like an hour or two and I was too weirded out and I gave up. I should try it again. I think I just like having the manual control. Like, I don't know, I guess you do have manual control over the camera because it's just based on moving your head or not. But I'll like, if I like look down at my phone or, you know, look over at my stick or something, I need to pitch down a bit. We're at 65. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot that, I might do unintentionally. All right, I flipped on the autopilot and it looks like I put vertical speed mode on already. Okay, I'm gonna hit up. We're gonna go, that was around 700 feet per minute and then switch to nav mode. I'm just off course quite a bit. Let the autopilot do its work. So with VS mode, yeah, you have to keep an eye on your airspeed. No flight level change mode in this on this autopilot here, so we just have vertical speed. So as you get higher and higher, you need to just keep an eye on your airspeed. All right, we can lean our mixture now. We're over 5,000. Yeah, it seems to be about the max. All right, airspeed's good. How are you guys doing? Marfa joking. Bad Bauer is right next to me too. I think we had one more. I wonder who was in the Cessna. Oh, Jokin was in the Cessna. Dude, we're getting crazy winds already. 26 knot tailwind. It's what we signed up for. What's nice about having both the 530 and 430 is you can, you know, put them on different screens, so I could like just have this on my flight plan screen if I want. So that's pretty nice. All right, we're passing 6,000 now. Oh, the EGT. I always look at the tachometer and not the EGT. I don't think have I ever used the EGT. Yeah, so I see. Yeah, I've actually not used the EGT for. I always just lean for RPMs. But it looks like it went. I can't tell actually if it went down or up. All right, and then I'll sync the heading bug again. Trying to get better at keeping my heading bug synced. I'm pretty bad at it. All right, 6,400 feet now, and we're gonna level off at 7,000. And continue to wakey. Wakey, wakey. Its visibility is fine. I'll use a Stream Deck. Yeah, I did. I have a Stream Deck as well. I did use it briefly. I think when I customize too many things, I feel like it's just too complicated. So I end up just getting rid of stuff. I'll like set it up and then I'll set up something like the Stream Deck and get it working, and then I'll just be like uncomfortable that it's taking up resources and yet another potential thing that's going to cause problems. I know not everyone thinks that way. Like most people are like, they just want all the bells and whistles, but I just get concerned that it's going to just make it too complicated to maintain it all. And it is nice though. I did set up the Stream Deck for having, you know, landing lights and all that. But that's before I got the Bravo. Like the switches on the Bravo and the switches, if you use the Alpha for the lights, are really nice. Like it kind of eliminates the need for that. You know, at least in a small plane like this. Stream Deck too complicated and flying an airplane, yeah. I just don't like knowing that something else is running at the same time, you know? Like, if you've never used the EGT, you move the red needle to mark your peak and then adjust as needed. Oh, I see, I see. Oh, no way, I had no idea. Wait, why isn't that centered with the needle? The heck? Isn't that weird that it doesn't go right over the needle? Like aligned with it? Or is that just my camera angle? No, it does. Yeah, it's not my angle. That's weird. Wait, so I would just point it here, and then. But what do I want to? I don't want to maximize the temperature, do I? So it's getting higher than the needle now. My RPMs are 25 still. Max out the temperatures. All right, we're pretty high now. Yeah, it's not aligned with the needle. Kind of weird. Move your mixture, watch the gauge, a mark where it peaks with the needle. Eventually it'll drop off. Okay, yeah, so you do it the same way you do the RPMs basically. Yeah, so now it's dropping a little bit. That's cool. Then you can go lean or rich of peak. Gotcha. I'll just keep it at peak for now to keep it simple. All right, so I have that so it's in the middle of the red. All right, that's cool. All right, we're cruising, so I'm gonna pull my RPMs back a bit. Go 20, let's go 2,300. All right, so we're holding altitude hold at 7,000. Crazy winds. Yeah, we're down to a 23 knot tailwind, a little out of the right side. But we're still in the clouds, so maybe we should request an altitude increase and try to get out of these to look at some pretty clouds. I'll just do 2,000 for now. See if they'll give us 9,000.
Request 9,000 feet.
Lean assist in the G1000. Yep, the NXI, the working title team posted some engine page screenshots in their Discord, so it is coming. So did they give us? Yeah, climb and maintain 9,000. Okay.
9,000 feet, Cessna Kilo India Papa.
All right, let's climb up to 9,000. See if we can get over these clouds. This is not very beautiful. Wow. Look at the beauty of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh. Yeah, we definitely need to get out of this. Force feedback yoke. Get a real stick shaker. Okay, that's all good. Oh, my landing lights are off. Good job, me. I always think it's weird when the yoke is hidden, but sometimes I guess you have to. Did a flight with the default G1000, then reinstall the NXI. Yeah, it's the NXI. I mean, now that it has OBS mode, there are a few things that the stock G1000 gives that the NXI doesn't. Like the waypoint page is a big one. You know, where you can look up the airport information, get the frequencies, get the runway lengths and all that. That's really nice. So I think once the waypoint page gets added, there's literally no reason to use the stock one anymore. Bring in some O2. Yeah, we're going up to 9 right now, so that might be true. And I don't think there's O2 back in the back seat. In the SR-22, when you look in the back seat, there's like an oxygen tank in there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's an RNAV approach there. I didn't look at the plate just yet, but yeah, KMRC. So I should look that up really quickly. See if we can get out of the clouds. Our airspeed's getting a little low, so I gotta pull my vertical speed down a little. Getting a little too close to 70. Bring it down to 300 feet per minute. This is the pain of not having flight level change mode. You have to constantly keep an eye on your airspeed so you don't go too slow as you're climbing an altitude. Are we there yet? The waypoint page and waypoint altitudes. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome when they add those. I mean, it's just a matter of time at this point, and they're doing it so quickly. I mean, it's pretty nuts. Like, we wait months for one thing to get fixed in the sim, but every week or two, we're getting updates in the NXI. It's like, it's definitely spoiling. I think it's spoiling us how fast we're getting updates in that. Only RNAV approaches. Yeah, let me take a look at which ones we have. There's also, it looks like there's like published visual approaches too, but the 530, 430 does not do the visual approaches. So it looks like 06.
Contact Memphis Center on 126.75. Good day.
All right, passing us off to Memphis. So the RNAV 06 approach is an LNAV approach. So we only get lateral guidance for that one. So we'll end up doing RNAV 06, I think. And let's see. I mean, ATC will tell us, but hopefully they give us... Let me take a look here. Oh, looks like we'll need a procedure turn. Yeah, it looks like we'll probably go to SEMVU. Yeah, we'll overfly the airport, go outbound from the airport to SEMVU, and then do a procedure turn. So I'm actually not sure if the 530, 430 does procedure turns properly. So I might just have to switch over to heading mode to do that turn when we get there. And the protected side is the south side of the airport. All right, let's contact Memphis.
Cessna November 21 Kilo India Papa is
All right, our airspeed's good. We're still coming up to 9,000.
feet.
It's kind of bouncing all over the place because of our winds here. All right, 3004. Looks like we're right around that already. And with this one, so I just quickly hit B on my keyboard because I'm lazy, but with this one, the autopilot has a separate barometric pressure setting. So you have to hit baro and then change it there as well. Otherwise they won't be in sync. Never sure which one to put in when it has a decimal. I guess the one closest to 0. Hey Andrew, what's up? Yeah, it's nice to have the power back. It's weird how it's kind of stressful. Like we're gonna have to throw away everything in the fridge pretty much, but yeah, I'm glad it's back on. I guess there was like some kind of water leak. It sounds very dangerous to me for the people working on it. I guess there was some kind of water leak in our building that messed with the power in one half of the building, and I lost the coin flip, so we lost power for 26, 27 hours, something like that. But luckily, a neighbor of ours was out of town. My partner's out of town. She's gone, and our good friend and neighbor who lives on the same floor as us was out too. So I just went and chilled out at her place that had power on the other side of the building. So we got lucky, or I got lucky. So I just brought over my laptop and crashed on the couch there. All right. So anyway, yeah, fun weekend, a fun Saturday and Sunday. All right, so K, is this our next one? SYI is our next one. They're flying over VOR at this airport right here. Forget, is the cursor working this? Okay, we're leveling off at 9,000. I'm gonna lean again. Yeah, because our EGT is much lower than it was. Maybe the red needle is intentionally not aligned with it so you can see it cross over better or something. All right, I think that's about as good as I can get it. All right, so we see a little red on the top. From Houston, we're used to losing power because of hurricane. Yeah, since I'm in LA, you know, it's pretty much never a weather reason that you're losing power. We hardly even see rain here. But it's almost a little more concerning, like, uh-oh, I hope there's not some crazy flooding plus electricity just scares me. It's like, oh man. I mean, obviously I'm not the one working on it, but yeah, it sounds a little dangerous. Just electrical work in general sketches me out. All right, so we're leveled at 9,000 now. I mean, our ground speed is 107. Our indicated airspeed is 90. Our ground speed's 107. We have this 22 knot tailwind pushing us along. And we're going to turn right a little bit, so that wind will be like directly at our tail. So that's pretty nice. This isn't the most scenic good ratio. Yeah, 34 viewers and 12 planes. That is a really good ratio. Wait, are there 12 planes? Oh my god. We can see something. Dude, that's so cool. I love when you pop out of the clouds. Maybe I can get... I mean, we're not too far off from our destination. We're already halfway there. Let's see this VNav page. So we put in... I mean, our approach is going to change things, but yeah, okay. But we would have to begin our descent in 10, 11 minutes. So we could climb up another 2,000 feet. Should be fine. Get over this layer. This looks awesome. Let's see if we can get 2,000 feet more.
Request 11,000 feet.
Hey, Jonathan, how's it going? Yeah, USA West. All right, so they gave us 11. All right, let's go up to 11. Can't climb very fast at this altitude, so I'm going to try 200 feet per minute. It's going to take us a while to get there. We probably won't even get there. But if I can get over these clouds, we might have a pretty nice view. Just keeping an eye on my airspeed. We're almost down to 70 already. Did I put it in at 200 feet per minute? Okay, 300 feet per minute. Yeah, we have to go down to like 200 feet per minute. This thing just struggles once you get up to 10,000. We're at 9,000. Dude, that is awesome. What? This is insane. I assume, I mean, this is all definitely hurricane related weather. This is pretty crazy. All right, I see you guys down there a little bit. Oh, Bad Bower's at 4,500 feet. Looks like he broke off a bit. I don't know if Marf Jokin is at 10,000. Seems like he's close, judging by how quickly the point's moving. Yeah, we kind of lost each other through this super fun. Man, this is just crazy looking. This is awesome. I feel like we're like in a cave or something, like finding a route through. It's just covered on all sides. This cloud, we would definitely not fly into this cloud, but we'll see what happens. Realistically, would avoid this cloud completely. I guess we could switch into heading mode and avoid the cloud. Probably not a bad idea. A little late to avoid it completely, but see how it goes. All right, destination ATIS 128625. All right, I'm gonna tune that in. Turn on COM 2. Should be runway 06. Oh, it's not an ATIS though. Wind 114. 1,200 feet. Clouds. 3004. All right, they're gonna give us our approach. All right, RNAV 24 through Moxie. All right, so let's go procedures, select approach. Get the RNAV 24 right here through Mox. I think it's Moxie. And we're gonna activate it. So our new active waypoint is gonna be just direct to Moxie. So they cleared to Moxie. So acknowledge the approach. This is gonna be gnarly. 06 is tailwind. I guess so. I was basing it off of a real METAR, so it looks like it's just different from what's in Flight Sim, even with the live weather. So let me check 2-4 now. All right, we have an LPV on 2-4. Thank God. All right, so we're going LPV 2-4 or RNAV 2-4. So we have an LPV there, so we'll get vertical guidance, which is amazing. These clouds are just gnarly. Gnarly. I have to use California words or you guys won't believe that I'm from LA. Gnarly. Which probably nobody says anymore. Yeah, these clouds are insane. Yeah, radical. Oh, did they clear us to 3? Oh, whoops. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. I totally missed that. All right, 3,000 feet. Check our VNAV. This does not look updated. Oh yeah, it's not saying anything anymore. Anyway, we're gonna begin our descent. And pull back on that throttle. All right, I think it's time to go into we're gonna go into the drink. Looks like we'll see if it clears up through this. Sure, that cloud is kind of like pixely looking. It's kind of, I mean, the ones at distance look great. When you get really close to them, it's a bad idea to fly into this. All right, we can do 600. So why is this not working now? 1,000 target altitude 1,000 feet. So our target at Moxie is going to be 3,000. So let's put in 3,000, 0 miles before Moxie. There we go. All right, 754 is what we need. So I'm going to go 800 for now. Oh, it says to begin our descent in 133. They told us to already descend, so I'll do 700, and then this will come up a bit as we're descending. 766. Maybe we do need 800. I think I should have done it on this bottom one, actually. Yeah, it'd be good to put it in down here. All right, that airspeed's fine. It's taking us back towards our course. So 800 feet per minute for now. I'm gonna hold the clear button to get back to our default screen. All right, so we're on the way to Moxie. That all looks pretty good. All right, so let's set this up again. So we want 3,000 feet at Moxie. Could say like a mile before Moxie. All right, negative 823. 825. It's just we're bouncing around a bit with the wind and stuff, so we'll see if it goes down. This is just fine. Nice. This is the fun part of unrealistically flying through weather like this in a 172. At least it looks cool. And let's see what kind of messages we're getting here. Okay, approaching top of descent. Better to descend late rather than early. Yeah, as long as we're not like, you know, going down like way faster, like a crazy rated descent. But this waypoint we're heading to is 3,000 is our constraint, so we should be safe to go down to 3,000. The pluses of an IFR flight plan. Oh, I see lights now from Endgame. I'm not sure if he's flying with us or not, but I see his lights. All right, 3,000 at Moxie. We're at 100 knots. See our descent rate -8. I'm gonna go -8 then. It looks like we're... Okay, -825. Guess I need to go even faster. I have it set at 1 mile before. Does anyone know the elevation of the runway we're going to? Yes, it's... let's see. 681. Touchdown zone elevation is 681, same as the airport elevation. And so I'm going direct to Moxie right now, or RNAV 24. And we're going to get vertical guidance on that one. So I'm actually curious how this is going to work here. So, you know, the NXI does a really good job with it, but this, I don't know if this mod has been significantly updated. So I'm actually curious if we're going to see the vertical guidance and how accurate it's going to be for the RNAV approach. All right, I'm going to take it down to 900 feet per minute and let's pull our throttle back just a little more. Just to make sure we get down there in time. It says we need a 830 rate right now. That's still 1 mile before it, but I just want to make sure it gets to 800 and then I can switch it back to 800 feet per minute. Okay, keeping our heading bug synced. We got a little bit of a wind. All right, 28 knot tailwind now. 120 knot ground speed with an indicated speed of 100. Just adding in back in some of our mixture. We're almost at 5,500 now. This is fun. I mean, the next one I'm not going to fly through weather. I want to do a little more. I want to do some VFR, I think, but just so we can see some more pretty stuff, pretty things. I mean, the clouds, you know, it's a trade-off, right? Like we get the cool, we get the boring soup feeling like right now, but when you break out, it just kind of makes up for it. It's pretty great. All right, 5 miles from Moxie. And we're going to be turning right to Ursaw is our next one. See all that down here. 5 miles on Ursaw. Then we'll make a left-hand turn to line up, go towards our final approach fix, which is Huckabee. And then we'll be all lined up with the runway. So we have an LPV approach, so we're going to have vertical guidance. Well, we'll see if we get it. I don't think I've done an LPV approach. 874 on the vertical speed requirement, so we're at 900. But that's still 1 mile before, so we should be good. We're 3.7 miles away. Everyone's flying, so no one can chat. The autumn trees around New England. Oh yeah. We can go in New England. That's fine. Yeah, I think the trees mod, like, I don't recommend any paid mods really to anyone. Like it's a very personal choice, but you know, especially for planes and airports and things like that, like you can't really recommend those. It matters who you are and where you're flying and all that. But dude, the trees, like that's one mod I think is like a must-have. It's so good. It's just, I have the North Autumn ones turned on right now. And what's good is if you buy it from online, buy it online instead of through the marketplace, then you get all 4 seasons. So if you don't mind manually installing it each time there's an update, and you know, you can buy it in the marketplace as well, but it's more expensive, I think. But yeah, he gives you all 4, and I swear they update that thing like every single week. They're adding more trees and like points of interest all over the place. It's pretty amazing how often they update it. All right, we're about to get to Moxie here. So our altitude's at 3,000. All right, we're about to hit 3,000, so that's where we're going to hold at Moxie. And then we keep that until we make our left-hand turn after the next waypoint, and then we're going to go down to 2,500. And that's when we get to, what's that waypoint? Huckabee is the final approach fix. All right, leveled off at 3,000. Let's check the ATIS again, get the updated altimeter. They said it was 3004 before, but we'll see if that's changed. Oh, did I not change it down here? All right, 1,100 feet AGL for the clouds. So that's about 1,800 feet. All right, 3002 for the altimeter. I'm just gonna hit B to update it because I'm lazy, but yeah. It's really hard to be precise updating on this one. I always feel like I'm 1 or 2 off, but then need to make sure the autopilot has 3002 as well. All right, we have the ground in sight so far. So we have the ground at 3,000 feet, which is Let's see, AGL, what are we at? Airport elevation is 1,000 feet. So we're at 2 right now. And they said that there were clouds at, what, 1,200 overcast? So we should expect going through about 800 feet more of clouds on our descent. Yeah, we're coming back into it now. So we can see the ground for now, but there's going to be more near the airport. All right, over to Memphis Center. Hey, JJ, what's up? Tutorial series in the jets, airliners. Probably not in airliners for a while. I always focus on all the small planes. That's pretty much what I fly all the time, as you know. But I'm barely getting into this Citation CJ4. I've flown it, I don't know, maybe like 10 hours so far, and I'm trying to learn all the procedures and stuff. So most likely, if I do any of that, it'll be with the CJ4 first. It'll probably be a while until I step into any of the airliners. Especially, I mean, I use them sometimes, but I don't feel ready to make any kind of tutorials on them yet. There are a lot of YouTubers and simmers that are way more experienced on those. So it's that funny. Like, it waited until it got to that waypoint to make the left-hand turn. Interesting. Instead of kind of easing us into the turn and following that flight path that's drawn right there. All right, so we need to go down to 2,500 feet now. And I'm going to arm approach mode. All right, glide slope is armed down here. And I'm really curious what's going to happen with our vertical guidance. I'm not sure if we're going to get any. We will find out when we get closer to the final approach fix. So we're heading to the final approach fix right now. That's pub key, or puck B. I always flip 2 letters. I'm doing pub key. It just sounds easier to say. Puck B. Anyway, we got Puck B and then runway 24, 6 miles after Puck B. All right, got the ground in sight a little bit here. So we're going down to 2,500. Been playing with sims for years. I still stick with GA. I find that airliners intimidating. Yeah. Oh, you might see the runway 200 feet above the ground. Yeah, would they say 1,200? Yeah, so that would be below our minimums, actually. Wait, what's weird is... Wait, oh, am I looking at the wrong... Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong elevation. I looked at the elevation before. It's actually 681. So 1,200. We'll have a good 500 feet or so, actually. Sorry. It's not 11. I had the other airport selected on my iPad. 681 is touchdown zone elevation here. So we'll have 500 feet-ish if the weather is accurate. If those tops are accurate. Or bottoms, I mean. All right, so I still don't see any vertical guidance yet, but we're not quite at the final approach fix. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. Sorry, let me sync that heading bug before I get yelled at in chat. There we go. Mixture is rich already. I put it back to rich on our descent to the first waypoint. So yeah, I'm curious if this is going to work. All right, we're about to be held here at 2,500. What I'm curious about is, yeah, if we're going to get the vertical guidance here on this LNAV approach, or sorry, this RNAV LPV approach. I feel like I can see the ground just a little bit right there. All right, I'm going to put the fuel pump on maybe a little bit early. Mixture is rich already, no flaps in yet. And we have a sweet 25 knot crosswind, which is perfect. So I'm glad we picked this runway. I guess either way, you know, either side of the runway is going to be bad. It'll just be one way or the other way. So we'll see how low that is when we get there. Let's see what the ADA said about the wind.
Kilo Mike Romeo Charlie automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 09 at 17.
17 knot wind. This is going to be very hard. All right. This is not going to be good. Not going to be good at all. It looks like a couple of you guys might be down there already. And I also do not see any vertical guidance yet. We're in GPS. We have approach mode armed. We're about to get to the final approach fix, and we have no vertical guidance. Usually we get it a little early. Yeah, I know how to slip. Yep. I wouldn't say I'm great at it. It's pretty hard to do. Learning the CJ4. Landing is tricky. Yeah, screens. Oh, I think you mean the speeds. Oh, the screens are a challenge. The speed is so intimidating with the jet. All right, we're about to hit final approach fix and point. Okay, we just hit the final approach fix. This just flickered a little bit. Let's see, are we on glide slope? Glide slope is not active, so I think we have to come in manually. Oh, glide slope is active. Oh, saved. All right, glide slope is active, so our rate of descent's increasing now. All right, nice. All right, I'm gonna take out a bunch of throttle. We're going a little too fast now. We can get our first notch of flaps in the 172 in early. You can get it in before the full arc, so I'm putting one notch in now to help us descend. Get configured a little. Man, with this crosswind, I think this is a situation we don't want full flaps, right? Maybe we do 2 out of 3 notches. All right, mixture is rich. Fuel pump is on. Landing lights are on. Watching our speed here. So first notch of flaps, you can put in under 110, I think, in the Cessna 172. But the remaining notches, you have to be within the arc. First, not that it was a race. All right, well, thankfully we have the glide slope and it seems to be working okay. We're at 2,000 feet. Airport elevation is 680, so call it about 700 feet. And our decision altitude is actually 300 AGL, so that's 981. So let's call it 1,000 feet for our mist. So we have another 1,000 feet to descend until we'll be at our mins. 1,000 and plus and 20 extra feet on top of that. This is crazy. All right, got one notch of flaps in. Yeah, I think we're good. Now, when you try the airliners, your experience is usually take off, autopilot, make a sandwich, watch Netflix, take a nap, arrive at airport, and then panic. Yeah. I mean, the jets are... All right, 2-mile final runway warning I got here on 4 flight. I feel so spoiled having 4 flight on. It's pretty amazing. All right, nice. We still have some coverage. I mean, we can see the runway lights. You can see the rabbit right there. You can see it flickering. So we have a 13-knot crosswind here from the left. I'm going to try to not... It says we're on glide slope, but I don't really trust these. Yeah, we seem way too low. I'm turning autopilot off. All right, this is going to be a little challenging. Staying to the left of the runway to compensate for that wind. We have a 10-knot wind from the left now. There's the rabbit. It's back. All right, we're at 500 AGL. Thanks, 4-flight. I need to just stay into the left a little bit here. Watching the ball. Yeah, I need to aim quite a bit more to the left. All right, we're too low. 3 reds. Adding some power. All right, 2 whites, 2 reds. Pulling out some power. I'm gonna give it a second notch of flaps here. I'm not gonna go full flaps. I think that's probably too much. So we can pitch down more. All right, we got 4 whites all of a sudden, and we're to the right. Don't want to scrape a wing. All right, that was a lot of work. That was crazy. All right, I see taxi lights up here. We have a turnoff right here. That was pretty fun. Full flaps and high wind isn't recommended. Yeah, so I did 2 notches instead of full. I hope that was the right thing to do. It felt pretty good. That was pretty gnarly. I definitely have a problem staying centerline. I think even in calm winds, or sorry, just like a slight headwind, you know, like ideal conditions, I still tend to land a little bit to the right of center line, like every time, like I'm driving a car. That was pretty fun. All right, let's clean it up. Taxi lights are on. Fuel pump can come off, right? Pitot heat. Oh yeah, I have a switch for that. There we go. The Grand Caravan beat us somehow. I didn't announce any, made no traffic announcements. Wonder if anyone else is coming in right now. It'd be cool to catch them landing. That guy's at 45,000 feet, so 1 out of 4 made it, it looks like. We had 4 of us take off, right? We had a couple casualties on the way. It's fine. Oh, and now we can actually deliver. Wait, it says it already delivered it. What? Did we deliver it? I didn't realize how fast I was going. Give the man his prize. Or woman. Give the person their prize. Yeah, dude, I love the Grand Caravan so much. It's nice flying with the steam gauge, though. It's, you know, I don't know. I like the simplicity of it. Or just, yeah, it's really nice not having the glass cockpit sometimes. I like nerding out on the technology, but at the same time, I like it being a little more difficult. All right. So I guess oh, now it says to deliver. Okay. Cha-ching. Awesome. All right, after landing, I already did the flaps and strobe off. Transponder to standby. Parking brake is set. Engine idle. Just getting into the Caravan. Yeah, the Caravan, I think the Caravan's a really good like next plane after the 172 because you'll be familiar with, well, first of all, it has, it draws fuel from both tanks at once, so that's nice. You don't have to worry about switching tanks. So you have that Cessna familiarity with the fuel. And then from what I read, pretty much you can just keep the, like when you're taxiing, you want the fuel condition in low idle, and you can like lower the prop speed if you want for noise. But in general, I was reading you can kind of just max it out all the time. If you're pretending like you're renting the plane, then it's not a big deal, I guess. If you were actually flying the plane, then you would pull the prop speed back a bit when you're cruising just to, just for noise and like wear and tear. So I was trying to figure out the right settings for it. Like some people said to run it at like 1700 on the torque and the RPMs. Some other people said 1900. So it just seems to be, it was kind of all over the place from what I was reading. I don't know why the engine idle check is not working. That looks right to me. It says 600 to 650. It was about 600.
Magnetos.
Slightly more complex, but mostly the same. Yeah, you still have fixed gear, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, cargo and passenger emissions. Yeah, I use it in on-air. When I do on-air company, I use the Cessna Grand Caravan like constantly. I know the TBM is cool too. You have, it's less cargo that you can carry compared to the Grand Caravan, but still a good number of passengers. I think you can get like 8 in there. And then yeah, your speeds are a lot faster in the TBM too. And because the TBM has like a full-on like FADEC or whatever, it's all fuel injected. You just have one throttle lever, which is also pretty nice. It's a lot more approachable than complex, actual like complex aircraft. All right, we're supposed to go to New England next to check out trees. So remember somebody requested that a little earlier. 208 is the U-Haul. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been doing on-air for, I don't know, like a year now or something. And I've changed planes a lot, but I've been flying the Cessna a lot recently. It's just crazy. Yeah, you can carry like, what, 2,500 to like 3,000 pounds with a third to a half of fuel, like up to 50% fuel, I think, and still take 2 or 2.5 thousand pounds as cargo. It's pretty awesome. Caravan's a great step up from GAs without intimidating. Yeah. Yep, totally agree. I mean, it's still kind of the biggest plane I fly. I mean, I fly the TBM a bit. A lot. I was flying the TBM for a little bit just because I really love the G3000 mod. You know, it's the same team that makes the NXI mod, the working title team. So, I mean, it's very thorough, and you can load the charts directly into it if you have Navigraph. So that's really, it's really cool. JPL mod, no. I don't know what that is, actually. All right, let's find a flight up in New England. Let's go north of New York. And we could go like Boston area, maybe Connecticut to Massachusetts, something like this. 44 miles. These are two small. This will be fun for a VFR flight too. I'll check the weather real quick, but so 2,000 feet and 1,600 feet for the runways. What's the landing roll of the Cessna? Is it 2,000? Let me look up the rollout for the Cessna. All right, Merlin, thanks for hanging out, man. Good to see you. Cessna 208B landing. What's our landing distance? Yeah, 1,800 feet is the landing distance according to Google. And then the 172 needs 1,300 feet. So we got 1,600 feet here. All right, Mark, take it easy, man. If it is Mark Lure, have a good one. Awesome squad. Yeah, perfect weather. All right. So next, yeah, I'll do New England. Hopefully, yeah, I don't see any precipitation here, so we can check out all the trees and stuff. We can just do a direct flight. So do a VFR flight here. All right, so let's try this one, 08R to N04. I'm actually curious if these are in the database. Sometimes these smaller ones are a little hit or miss. All right, looks like they're there. All right, cool. Now I'm just gonna leave it on direct GPS. So 08 Romeo for departure and November 04 for the arrival. 08R, it sounds like a runway. All right, so let's check this. And yeah, you probably don't want to fly the Grand Caravan on this one. Highest obstacle is 400 feet, so you can fly pretty low. So we're going westbound, so let's do like 2,500 feet. So we'll get our 1,000 feet of clearance, and then westbound we go even, and then tack on 500 for VFR, so we get 2,500 feet. All right, Skyhawk again. Yeah, I want to do the Skyhawk again. I have the Arrow as I have the Warrior as well. Yeah, I'll just do the Cessna again. All right, I'm gonna start up at the ramp. All right, tabletop, see ya. Yeah, that weather was fun. Thanks for joining. We'll see you around. Thanks for hanging out. JP Logistics mod for the 152. Oh, open the windows and doors, tweak the handling to make it more realistic. That's awesome. I haven't flown the 152 since like I was practicing VOR stuff and like, you know, doing like the tutorials. I actually redid some of the tutorials within the game when the Xbox version came out. They added a bunch, I think, during that time. So I was going through them briefly just to see what they had added. Yeah, I don't really fly the 152 much. I probably should because it'll force me to not have an autopilot, which would be good for me. Just because I'm such an autopilot fiend. I just rely on it so much. All right, so we're going to New England. Someone requested us or requested that I go to the New England area to check out the trees in autumn. So it says there's no precipitation. What time is it there right now? 6 o'clock in New Zealand, or sorry, not New Zealand, New England. Did I say New Zealand twice? So yeah, we're going to, let's see what we have. We're going from Rhode Island and we're headed to the west down into Connecticut. Hey JJ, Xbox tutorials is how I found your channel. Oh, that's kind of surprising actually, because I think I only did like an Xbox stream, I think, right? Playing on the Xbox X until the chip shortage isn't insane. 2031. Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, we were chatting about that in the last stream, I think on Thursday. Someone was saying, yeah, a lot of, everyone's waiting to try to get a new video card. I got really lucky when they first got released. I got one from Best Buy. Like a friend of mine called me like 6, 7 in the morning. He's like, dude, get on Best Buy right now if you want a card, blah, blah, blah. And I like spammed it and I tried like 5 or 6 times and got through the checkout and miraculously got one. So I got really lucky there. But yeah, if something blew up on my computer today, I would buy an Xbox. It's great that you could buy an Xbox and play Flight Sim. It's just awesome. I think it's really, really good. It came out on Xbox for that among many reasons. That's another really good reason that it's out for Xbox. Like all the people that can't run this on their current PCs, they have a chance to play it now if they can get their hands on an Xbox. So I think it's really good. What's going on here? It's just the sim is just frozen. I'm going to give it a few more minutes because normally when you wait, it's okay. I think it's probably just because I haven't gone to these airports ever. I don't really fly that like in the Northeast too much. Beautiful day in New England. The trees are mostly green, but have started turning yellow. That sounds nice. I missed that. I lived on the East Coast. Like when I was a kid, I lived on the East Coast, and after living in California for so long, it definitely missed some of the weather changes. Not so much the winter, but yeah, the trees changing colors. It's beautiful. Just driving on a road and just being surrounded by forest on both sides is a nice feeling. I like both sides. I like the concrete jungle and I like the tree-filled jungle as well. We were excited when it came out on Xbox. Wish I had better graphics, but it's something. I mean, the graphics are still so far ahead of the older flight sims, so I think it's awesome. All right, the sim might be dead. Doesn't seem to like loading in this area. Yeah, it's completely frozen. All right, I'm gonna have to kill the sim. I'm going to turn off... no, I think I'll leave it on. All right, I was going to turn off ForeFlight, but it was working just fine. All right, restarting the sim now. Bugs with RNAV approaches using autopilot. I used to have that problem with the TBM. Yep. Which is part of the reason why the NXI was really exciting to use, was because, I knew they were redoing everything. They actually recoded their entire own autopilot system. It uses a custom autopilot for the whole thing. But yeah, I was having issues like that with vertical guidance. I wouldn't get vertical guidance until like 1 mile from the airport. Thanks, John. All right, have a good lunch, dude. Thanks for hanging out, John. Take it easy. TBM has all kinds of problems with or without the mod. Yeah, there haven't been too many updates on the G3000, right? Just because the working title team's all been focused on the G1000 and XI, so. Which, I don't know, it makes sense to me that, the G1000 is in so many planes. So it makes sense that, they cover more territory by doing the G1000 first. All right, let's go normal mode. All right, it's loading, so that's good. I think it's loading. It's weird, right? Everything was running fine, and now all of a sudden, the sim just doesn't want to load. Are any of you guys having any problems if you have it loaded right now? Okay, there it goes. It just seems almost like it's got some network slowdown or something where it's just taking forever to like do whatever it does with their servers. It's interesting. Usually loads up pretty quickly nowadays. Forgot how to fly RNAV after doing 30 attempts at the same airport. All right, it's kind of loading. See how it goes. My luck has not been super great the last month or so. I feel like there's just been so many things just piling on. Like I got COVID through my vaccine. That was kind of annoying. A few days ago we had an earthquake. Then we had the power go out. It's just no problems loading in. Okay. Did I get hit with a 250 per trip charges in Skypark? Oh, I thought somebody mentioned that that there was a fee change somewhere in Skypark, right? Fees paid. Relocate. I got the relocation travel, but that's because I moved where my pilot was. So that's the only fee that I see. Oh, that's weird. We completed. Oh, no, I didn't complete this contract. Whoops. We're still going to try this one. I like the GTN 750. I paid for the premium version to check it out. That thing has a ton of capabilities. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, it's GTN 750. It's really cool. What is the lifetime? I forget how much the lifetime cost for the plugin was. GTN 750 premium. So there's a free version, but there's also a premium version, which is 50 euros. Oh, premium upgrade. Wait, what? Oh, wow. What? Did they lower the pricing? I swear I just paid like $100 US for the premium version for the lifetime. But right now it says, I'm confused by the pricing though. It says premium version. Oh, sorry. Okay. 25 euros per year, or the lifetime version is 75 euros. Okay. So it still is 75 euros. So I think that is around closer to $100 US. But yeah, it has a ton of features. I mean, I'm a big fan of all the touchscreen stuff just because it really makes your life easier when you're using your mouse. You know, you just look into one screen and just click the things. You're not hunting for knobs and buttons and things like that all over the cockpit. So I think for sim use, the 750 is really nice. And the impressive thing about it too is that, first of all, the premium version has a ton of crazy features. Like it has text METARs, it has Navigraph integration, so you can pull up your Jeppesen Navigraph charts through it right on the screen, all that stuff. That's really cool. But even beyond that, the integration with third-party planes is really cool. Like the Piper Arrows and the Warriors that are out there, it integrates right into the cockpit. It looks like it was made to hold the GTN 750. And what's the small one, the 650? So it's really cool. I'm a fan of that mod for sure. It's very thorough. And the guy that makes it is the guy that makes the 530, 430 mod, which is free, the one that I'm using today. So he's just, yeah, he's doing a good job. I mean, it must take a lot of work. So I'm totally glad to, I'm able to pay for the premium version, you know, so I feel good in supporting him. So I think it's just one developer. Okay, 08 Romeo. Let's try this again. And November 04. All right, 08 Romeo to November 04 in the Northeast US. Updates are available to download in the content manager. It's been saying this every time I've started it, but I don't think there are more updates. Oops, I actually just messed up my resolution. Sorry, guys. Let me fix this. Wait, I'm not paying it 1600. What am I doing? 1440. All right, there we go. The trick to getting it windowed is to go a low resolution, go full screen, then go back to windowed, and it'll stay at that size. So that's what I'm doing. So sorry about that. To fly with someone, do you need to be friends? No, but you can always add me if you want to. It's just, I changed my username recently to just Kip OTG for on the ground. But yeah, you can feel free to add me if you want, but you should be able to see anyone that's near you as long as you're on the same server. So West USA, and then in your flight conditions area here, make sure to turn it to all players. That just means that we're not synchronized with weather and time of day. So we see each other regardless of what our settings are for weather and day and time of day. It just makes it a little easier to make sure you're gonna find people. Looks like there's only a couple parking spots here. All right. Oh, it's past the halfway point on loading in, so that's a good sign. It got stuck at halfway last time. All right. Look at the trees. You can already see them. Yeah, so part of the 3 seasons mod, or sorry, 4 seasons mod, there's actually 2 things you install. One of them is the package for the current like type of trees you want, so the season itself. So in this case, I have the autumn northern hemisphere turned on. What is it? Autumn northern, and is it spring southern? Anyway, so this is autumn northern. So mattering where you fly, you put in the pack you want if you're in the northern or southern hemisphere. And then there's a second thing you install. So you have 2 things you install in the community folder. The second one is, what the heck? Is that a truck? Oh, that's a huge truck. And the second thing you install is a 3D trees modeler. So, all right, Subdued Rat is here. Is that an extra? What are you flying? Yeah, but we'll see more when we take off. But they look great, and they're always adding updates. So I don't know. This is one of the cases where I would prefer I would recommend getting the third-party site one. Get it from simmarket.com instead of in the game, because they update it so often. Who knows how often they update it in the sim marketplace in Microsoft Flight Sim. So, oh yeah, the XCub. It says it right there. I am smart. the rudder wave. Love the rudder wave. All right, let me get this started. I'm gonna do assisted checklist again. Let's see if I can get out of here in 5 minutes or less or fewer. If you use these assisted checklists, sometimes you have to hit any hardware switches you have. So if it gets stuck, then you know there's probably something you have to do in your actual hardware. All right, engine started. All right, so we're going. Let me get my flight plan put in on the iPad as well. All right, 08 Romeo, and then November 04. That's really weird. So 4Flight does not find the airport November 04 in its database. That's interesting. Test rudders.
Test. Turn coordinator.
I think you can only check if the turn coordinators. Yeah, you must move to check.
Heading indicator. Check compass.
All right, sweet. All right, let's take off. Let me check if there's weather here. There is not. There's just traffic. All right, so we're at Richmond. I'm just gonna look at a real METAR to see what it says. No METARs. The nearest one is at a different airport, and it says wind is 110 at 5 knots. All right, 110, 5 knots, and what runways do we have here? We have runway 11. All right, so we're going to runway 11. And let's see, we're facing west right now. So 11 is right down here. So we need to go to the far end over there. All right, looks like we got a back taxi situation. Is that a taxiway? It almost looks like there's like a little taxiway, but I don't think it actually is. All right, so we're gonna go to the opposite end. Oh man, this is such a short runway. All right, we're gonna do our short takeoff. So we're gonna do 1 notch of flaps, and we're gonna hold the brakes before we hold the brakes when we get the engine revved up. All right, we got, what, 3 of us now? Oh, you guys just disappeared. This has been a problem since the last update, is just people appearing and reappearing. Kind of want one of you guys to go first so I can watch a takeoff happen. That would be cool if someone wants to go first. Fly farther. Hey man, how you doing? Are you gonna join us? I don't have the H145, it's payware, so I just have the 135. Oh, there's a ghost airport in Norfolk. Still shows up. Oh, is that this one? I wonder if that's this one. Yeah, sometimes they get like renamed, or like they're different names in different services or different databases. So what's weird is it's showing up in ForeFlight on the map, but I couldn't. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. That's our departure. Our departure airport is showing up just fine. What the hell? No worries. I'll put the 145 in the hangar. All right, I'm going to pull off to the left here so someone else can U-turn. And we could get a view of someone else taking off first. I'll let them turn around. All right, somebody else go first. Who's first? Nice, we got a Cirrus pilot here with the Xbox skin. All right, looks like the Cirrus is going first. Let's see who's in the Cirrus. I gotta pull the camera far enough away to see the nameplates. Okay, Endgame in the Cirrus. Subdued Rat in the X-Cub. This is so cool. Look at the plane over here on the satellite image. All right, he's all lined up. This is as fast as I can move. Traffic on the runway. All right, Endgame is the first one up. He's airborne. Nice. That got up faster than I thought it would. The 22. I feel like it needs a lot more runway. I guess not. All right, I got 1 notch of flaps. It's a pretty short runway, but the arrival airport's even shorter. All right, who's next? Hit it. All right, Rat's lining up. We got another new Cessna here. Okay, Jag is here as well. I don't use a controller, but I did rebind something. So I use WASD, and then I rebound the 4 arrow keys to be the turning, like up, down, left, and right to turn the camera. Got a grass strip takeoff. All right, 2 out of 4 are up. Nice. Land developers. All right, Jag, you're up. I'll go last. I'll see if I can catch up to you guys. Land developers bought some of the neighboring lands. There's a bunch of houses where hangars used to be, but the runway is still there. Oh, I see. All right, here goes Jag. I think he's in a Cessna as well. Looks like the 172. I guess this runway is a decent length. It's 2,100 feet. So we don't really need the short takeoff, I guess, but I'm going to do it anyway to practice. Oh, it's a DA40? Oh, it probably says DA40. Whenever I see a low wing, I'm like, oh, it's got to be a Cirrus. Nice. Dude, it's kind of really fun just watching planes take off. Is that nerdy in the sim? All right, let me get going. All right, I got 1 notch of flaps for mine. All right. Oh yeah, this is a little challenging. There's a tree right there. That's crazy. There's a tree like right in front of the runway. Right at the end of the runway. It actually took me a lot longer to get up. I think I should have done more than 1 notch of flaps. But I mean, that's not standard, right? Like standard is 1 notch, I'm pretty sure, in the 172. All right, I'm turning to go westbound now. You can see some of the trees on our departure. Yeah, I have the autumn pack installed. What's really cool is you can just decide which trees you want at any time. Like you can just install winter if you want. All right, I'm going flaps up because we're up a ways. Keep our turn going. Try to catch up with these guys. Man, the DA40 is so fun to fly. Oh, I see you. Fly farther is down there. You must be in the chopper. You have to be. Let me see if I can see if I see the chopper. Pretty accurate to what it is right now. Gets way more colorful. Yeah, I think this is probably just like the general... Oh yeah, I see your chopper. And it looks like a chopper this time. I think, yeah, I don't know, you know, it's gonna be a template basically, you know, it's just gonna colorize some of the trees randomly like orange and yellow, but I think it's just a big improvement. It's still such a big improvement over what is in the default. I think that's really nice to see. And I haven't seen winter yet, so I'm kind of excited to see the winter trees. I mean, they exist already. I could just turn them on if I wanted to. So I'm in V-lock mode, so I'm gonna switch that over here and actually use this. It's a little weird. Sometimes this is just wrong. Like, we're pretty much on course. The course is to our right a little bit. But it's showing it to the left. That's a bug that I've seen a bunch of times. All right, we're at 80 knots. So we're gonna go up to, oh, I'm already past it. I'm gonna stop at 2,500 feet. So I'm gonna level off here. Let me set this altitude to 2,500. And then autopilot on, nav mode, 2,500 feet. And then give it a VNav down. Just a little bit to get there. One plus out of using autopilot is I don't get as distracted when I'm reading chat. I like to, it's less, it's a little less than it normally is, but it's a nice excuse to use autopilot. And my lights were off. Fuel pump is also off. Heato heat's off, but let's check what the weather is. Up here, you can actually get the outside air temperature right here. 56 Fahrenheit, so 13 Celsius, so it's pretty warm. Do not need pitot heat. What'll happen when Asoba comes out with seasons as default? Yeah, then the developer is sad. Yeah, they are working on seasons, right? I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Tried the Cytec Pro flight yoke system. Didn't like it. The yoke was too jerky. Oh, you got the Honeycomb and Alpha and Bravo? Dude, congrats. No, you're going to love them. I 100% agree with everyone that says that the Honeycomb stuff is amazing. It's very, very good. Yeah, if you can afford it, I highly recommend it. Trip is airborne. Yeah, the Alpha and the Bravo is such a great combo too. Like when you have them both set up side by side, the amount you get from the switches is amazing. The quality of the yoke is great. The only thing I know about the yoke is like it's pretty tight. So when you push and pull it, it takes quite a bit of pressure, but you know, I'm sure there's a balance there. Like they need to make sure that it springs back to center when you let go of it. But I really love both the Alpha and the Bravo. The only reason I don't use the Alpha much is just because my microphone's right in front of my face. And I don't like having it in the way of my, with the mic, the keyboard, and the Alpha all right in front of me, it gets a little busy. But if I didn't have the mic in front of me, I would totally be using it. I just like to clean up the desk space a little bit. If I could only pick one, I would pick the Bravo. Just because of the pitch trim wheel. The pitch trim wheel is like the best thing ever. But then again, I guess if you're using the Alpha, then you have, so I guess really the choice is between, do you want the autopilot controls or do you want the yoke? If you had to pick between the two, because the autopilot buttons are pretty convenient on the Bravo. And then gear up and down, flaps. I mean, you can put that stuff, you can use it on the keyboard or find it somewhere else, like on thumb buttons or something. But you have electric pitch trim on the Alpha. So you have those thumb switches up and down, 4 of them, I think. Sorry, you have up, down, and left and right. Oh, you mounted yours, yeah. I know you can pull yours out, it's really fancy. Keyboard, well, when I'm streaming, I use the keyboard pretty often just when I'm streaming. I'll like tab out to go to a website or something, and I mostly don't need the keyboard. I wouldn't need it if I wasn't streaming, but because I change windows and stuff, yeah. Thrustmaster TFRP pedals, they aren't super smooth. I haven't had any Thrustmaster pedals. Oh yeah, I think Fly Farther has the crazy ones. What are they? Those new ones that are like pendulum, like they're like swinging and weighted and stuff. Man, you're already ahead of us. Fly farther. I'm going the slowest, I guess. I should. I haven't leaned the engine yet, but I'm redlining it. You only use keyboard and mouse. Your setup with USB extension cables won't allow you to plug in. Oh, you mean you just can't, you don't have like the USB bandwidth to use anything more? Trying to get some shots of the trees here because somebody was asking about the trees. Or sorry, it was DEFCON, I think, was asking about the trees. Want to make sure you get a good enough preview to decide if you want them. It just they don't look too great right now just because the sun, just because of the angle of the sun, you can't really, actually I can just change that. Here you go. Let me change the time of day. There we go. Now I have more of a variety. And the cool thing about the Four Seasons mod is the developer will update them really often and put like custom trees in certain areas of the world. So like add like cherry blossom trees or whatever. Like he'll pick areas of the world with really unique trees and bushes and he'll fill them in. So there's like updates every week where he's picking a new area of the world to update with custom stuff. I mean, that's something that even if Microsoft did the seasons, like the mod would still be valuable for those kind of things. Like it's almost like buying an airport, you know, it's like getting custom scenery for a specific area, but for the trees instead of for the airport. Bijan is a legend. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, wait, islands? I didn't know there was an islands project. Thanks. I'll check that out. I had no idea. I only know about the trees and they're fantastic. Yeah, I agree. It's like the best paid mod to get. Oh, he takes custom requests. Wow. I'm just so impressed with just the volume or how often he's updating it. Is it just one dude? It's crazy. His work ethic is pretty inspiring. If only I had that in outputting videos, I could have more. I would be doing more than one video every week or two. It's a lot of work. I mean, you know, to do it on the side, but I really want to increase my productivity, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. There'll be times where I'll record like 3-4 hours worth of footage from the game, you know, screen recordings or whatever from the game, and sit there and like look through it and start cutting it up and just give up and just stop because like I don't think I can talk through a certain area that well yet, or I want to reshoot it because I noticed a couple of bugs, you know, like so it's hard. I want the quality to be there, but also, yeah, I'm like 100% focused on the quality and not as much on the timing and getting out a lot more videos. It's just a difficult skill to learn, you know, to be productive and be efficient with doing, you know, tutorials and videos or anything, you know, any kind of side hobby you pick up, like making trees, like, yeah, it's really impressive how much he puts out. Oh, it's fairly new. You buy requests, access to a whole library of requests. One guy does it all. It's crazy. It seems that way. Like just the personalization I feel like you get with it. You know, there's so many updates. He's just always communicating the updates. It's very, yeah, it's just a great use of money, that mod. And I'm actually not sure besides the trees, like I think some of the bushes in other areas of the terrain are also affected, but I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like certain things look more detailed. Looking at how much Venice and Murano would cost to be done, it's a weird size. Once multiple attached, it's not worth it. Oh, a dumb question. Good. I might be able to help if it's an easy one. You got some of the twin engine GA aircraft. There's a black square on the front windshield. A black square. I'd have to look at the specific plane, I guess. Sorry, let me see where we're at right now. Oh no, I didn't start the mission, did I? In my true fashion, I didn't even start the mission. All right, whatever. I wish it would tell you like, hey, you're taking off with that. So we're going to Madison, Connecticut. So this landing is only 1,600 feet for the runway. So luckily we're all in small planes, so I think we'll be fine. The Grand Caravan, I think, was the only risky one. Runways 6 and 24. We're delivering nothing. Oh, good. We got the time Cly and time approach waypoints here. Forgot about those. Those weird things. I'm still trying to catch up to these guys. They're pretty far ahead, and I've had this thing just maxed out. Like we're just like destroying the engine right now. Almost yellow in our speed, trying to catch up to them. Gorge, bushes, and a few other types of plants. Okay. Seasons may have a few rocks and stuff too. Awesome. Yeah, it feels like it's more than that. He's so active on the forum. Heated windshield. Oh, kind of like in a car windshield, it'll have like a little, like the rear window of a car or something. 70 knots, hurry up. I see your nameplate out there. 70 knots. I'm at 130 indicated. What's our ground speed here? Ground speed 134. And we do have a traffic page on this one with the mod. But none of the traffic's showing up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Garmin stuff, but even the NXI has this problem. It like doesn't always show traffic. I don't see any traffic here either, though. I'm pretty sure it's a sim problem, though, and not like not a mod problem. It's midnight, so I'm very tired, probably forgetting a lot. Follow it very closely. Islands Project has a lot of marinas, island fixes, photogrammetry tree fixes, and fauna. That sounds awesome. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna load that up in a tab, just so I don't forget. Oh yeah, sunken boats. Okay, I see it right now. Oh, it's on the sim market. It says Bijan Project Islands, sunken boats, huts. Oh, PG trees, photogrammetry trees. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get this too. Available since the 2nd. So this just came out like 2.5 weeks ago or so. Dude, that's awesome. Thanks for telling me about that. I love the tree mod so much that yeah, that's super exciting. I'm gonna check it out. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the trees are, yeah, it just adds so much to the game. It's crazy. To the sim, I mean. It was suggested to do something with the satellite boats, and then he took it and ran with it. I had tried to download, isn't there, I think there's like an Orbex add-on. Oh, we got a cool bridge coming up over here. There's some kind of Orbex add-on for more marine life, like marine, more boats and carriers and stuff, and I installed it, and I don't think it actually worked. So I have to try that one again. But then again, if Bijan is doing the boats, I would probably just rather use his. Yeah, I totally agree. I didn't even know he had more than the trees, so I'm really stoked to check that out right after the stream. This whole area just looks really cool too. It's like the variety in the terrain and stuff, and the pockets of trees, and it's really neat. Boats mod came out recently. We were watching on an OS flight simmer. It might, maybe that's the Orbex one. I had tried it out and it didn't seem to be working for me, but maybe it's gotten an update since I tried it. But yeah, it basically added like cargo ships and I think more recreational boats and stuff too. Oh yeah, you can't fly under all of them. Yeah, only the major ones have been like cut out. A lot of them are still solid underneath, right? That one, I can't tell from here. It almost looks like, yeah, no, it looks like a wall right there, doesn't it? Hey, Hugh. Oh, you're not late. I just got on it. Maybe I don't know. Did I get on a little earlier than usual? The power came on and I ran to my computer and turned it on immediately. So this is going to be the last flight though. I actually have to go pick up my partner from the airport. She's just getting back. So she's landing in about an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm going to go pick her up, which is good. I think two to three flights is normally my limit. But now I have, I definitely have to check out that, the boats mod. I'm like super excited to check that out right after. You need to set the boat traffic higher. Yeah, I thought I did that, but I'll try that again. Use it with Bijan stuff. They all work great unless you're talking about the Channel Island ones. Let me check what it is. It was part of the, it was in the Orbex installer. I'm going to load that up right now and take a look. Look, I still haven't caught up to Endgame. It's crazy. They took off like 1 minute before me and I just can't catch up to them, even though my ground speed's 133 knots right now. All right, we're getting a little closer to the airport. And I don't know anything about the airport. Oh, I can actually look up waypoint. So we actually have waypoint here. Oh, elevation 4 feet. That's new too, right? I don't think it used to show the airport elevation. So that's nice, 4 feet. All right, good to know. Runways 6 and 24. And here we can find, there's no nearby weather frequency. So this is one thing. Once we get this kind of stuff in the NXI, it's going to be absolutely amazing. But these are the pages that are super useful that we're missing for the G1000. It's in the stock one, just not in the NXI. So when you look up, you can look up any waypoint you want, but it's got it set as our arrival airport automatically. So you get, you know, the name of the city and state, whatever the region you're in, position, elevation, and then as you turn, each one of these pages has more info. So we have the runway info, and you can change this if there's more than one runway. It gives you the distance, the surface type, and then here you can see a preview of it. And then as you turn through, you get all the related frequencies for it. So we don't have any weather frequency. I'm not sure what FSS is. It could be a VOR or something. I'm actually not sure. And then here we have approaches, arrivals, departures. And then I'm not really sure. This looks like you can type in an intersection, an NDB, or a VOR to get information. Maybe that's relative to the airport. I'm not really sure about these other 3 pages. But just being able to get the runway information, the elevation like this. So we know 4 feet elevation, 1,600 foot runway, 6 and 24. So that's pretty useful information. And so we have 6 and 24. We have wind, just a 2-knot wind from the south. So with 6 and 24, doesn't really matter. I guess 6 would probably be the better runway. So I'm gonna switch over to heading mode here. And I'm gonna get down to pattern altitude. We're 9 miles away, so yeah, I should start descending now. And then I'm gonna set up OBS mode for runway 06. So you can do that in this mod, the 530 mod. You just hit OBS, then you push the cursor in, push this middle button, and then you can turn the OBS knob right here. So we're gonna go for 06. So 060 for the 06 runway. So now we can use that line. use that line to line up with the runway. Oh, you're landing on 2-4? Maybe 2-4 is okay. 2-4 is way more convenient. Yeah, I could land on 2-4. And we need to go down to 1,000 feet. I don't know why I put in 1,500. We should be down around 1,000. And it looks like the runway's out, maybe like right over there. Oh, flight service station. I don't even know what that is. Is that like to get fuel and stuff? Or like get a clearance? Now I'll have to Google. Palm trees look just like obelisks, not real palm trees. Does the Four Seasons mod make the palm trees look weird? Real? I'm not sure, but if you look at the page for the mod, he has a ton of videos and screenshots, you know, images showing all the different types of trees. So that's probably the fastest way to find out. I'm gonna be done after this flight because I have to go to the airport in real life to pick up my girlfriend, but yeah, I would just do it that way, just to check his screenshots and see what he shows there. All right, 1,000 feet. We're low way too soon, but that's fine. We're gonna get a close up of the trees. Sorry, Kyle, I didn't see that before. Have you tried the global AI ship traffic from FlightSim.to? If not, it's really worth it. No, so I tried the one through Orbex. Actually, let me bring that up. The one through Orbex is called Global Shipping. And it was 27 Australian dollars, so about 20 US dollars or 16 euros. And I had paid for that, and it brings in like really big cargo freighters and stuff. And that I was having issues with that one. All right, so runway 24. Actually noticed that, let me check the CDI. I want to turn this around. I'm curious if OBS mode changes the CDI or not. Let's move this to 2.4. There we go. There's a lot of traffic over there. Do I have the Vessels Enhanced AI? Oh, yes. I do remember buying 2 of them. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I do. It was listed in a different section. Yeah, Vessels Enhanced AI and Vessels Global Shipping. So I got both of those. I'll try it again. The runway barely exists. Oh, great. This is our favorite type. All right, I'm gonna turn off autopilot. I don't know where it's taking me. I turn on nav mode to let it line us up. We need to be this direction. And runway 24, the heading bug. Looks like it's right out here. I don't see anyone landed yet though. You guys are probably flying past it, or flying over it, huh? Oh yeah, it is further out, isn't it? Runway 24. Oh, it's like right there? Oh, you're landed already, aren't you? Endgame. This is gonna be interesting. All right, we're at 1,000 feet. The runway's at sea level. So we're gonna fly over it. Oh, I see the beacon light. Actually, I think we're pretty good. We're pretty much straight on. I saw a beacon light flashing for a split second. And yeah, this runway is only 1,600 feet long, so this is a fun one. Whoa, smart camera, what are you doing? Oh yeah, it looks like it's like right, it looks like that's it right there, I think. All right, looks like we're lined up with 2-4. I don't know the deviation, but have it set up for 240. Most airfields in New England are someone's backyard. All right, we're pitching up. Need to lose some airspeed here. All right, we can get notch 2 of our flaps down. Cheating with my binocular eyes. There's Trip coming in on his chopper. All right, gotta watch my airspeed here. I'm at 60 already. I got full flaps down because we had to descend pretty fast. I was a little high. Making sure I keep the nose down so our airspeed's good. All right, we're 500 AGL. Thanks, ForeFlight. Magic. And there's trees right at the front end of the runway here, like, so we got to make sure we obviously don't hit those. Yeah, this is barely a runway is right. This is crazy. It looks like a road. This is so short. Oh, definitely not in the center line. Oh my God, it goes right into the parking. Well, that was convenient. Oh my God. How do you land that with that tree right there? That's crazy. That tree is right at the end of the runway. Like, you have to come down. That is, it's a walkway. See, I think we landed on the wrong side, yeah. If we landed the other way, it's a little bit better. It's a little better coming from the other direction. All right, it looks like Jag's coming in. Who just landed second or fourth rather? Subdued Rat. Trip's here, no problem because he's in a chopper. Jag is right here, so Jag's coming in right now. Yeah, I think 06 was the way to come in for sure. Hate when they put trees and buildings in front. All right, Jag's turning for final right now. You got it, Jag. Nice. Damn, that was really nice. That looked really smooth. That was way better than my landing. Who else is here? All right, we got Endgame. I know Subdued Rat's here. Trip's here. There's a Rat. Wait, did it change the livery? I thought you had a different livery on. It like changed it on my end. Now it's showing the Aviators Club. think this is, oh yeah, this is the Vertigo, the free add-on. I've never flown it, but I got it just because it was a popular add-on, in case anybody else flew it. Dude, Jag's landing was really good. I didn't see your guys' landings, but flying in from this way was, oh wait, there's Poopy Pants. Hugh, how far out are you? Oh, it says you're at 7,000 feet. Look, did you just take off? How long can I wait? I gotta check the traffic to the airport in real life. I'm in a low wing, yet you have the Cessna. Oh, that's weird. You know what? Do you have the deluxe edition? I'm in the deluxe edition 172. Wait, that's not you? I thought you were Poopy Pants. Oh, is this spelled differently? I thought that was Hugh. I thought he was... Oh, Coco can read. Man, there's a lot of us. This is cool. I wonder if everyone's plane is showing up right for me. I think they are. Because I have the H-135, so we can see your chopper. There we go. We're just visiting. And then, yeah, the X-Cub. But I think the X-Cub changed liveries. This was a different livery before, I'm pretty sure. And then this Cirrus is just parked here. That's actually a Cirrus. And then the Diamond. Yeah, I should recognize the Diamond because of how high up the stabilizer is, right? I should use my Xbox controller for the drone camera and make it all smooth. That was fun. You see the same for Cub, yeah. Awesome. Thanks for joining, dudes. That was good stuff. I think this is the most people we've had. And we all got here this time. This is a crazy airport. How come the player names are disappearing? I think when you get close, it like it removes them when you get closer to them. I'll try to check out that mod for the nameplate replacements, but yeah, that was super fun, guys. Thanks for joining again. Good time. That was a sketchy airport. I mean, we got a good combination of crazy weather and then a crazy little tiny runway. I mean, at least it's paved, I guess, so that's good. Yeah, Andrew, thanks for hanging out. Oh, you guys are low wings. Oh, I'm in a Cessna, so I'm still a high wing. We got, actually the only... Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, you guys are low wings, right? Because you're chopper, because it's higher up than all of us, even the high wings. I think I know what you're saying. I was like, wait, what? That makes sense. Hopefully I can join you for the next one. Yeah, sounds good. All right, thanks for joining, guys. Yeah, I would go more, but I gotta take off. I gotta get in the car and drive to the airport, get my girlfriend, because she's back after being gone for a week. So I'm gonna go pick her up so she doesn't have to take a cab. And yeah, hopefully I'll probably see you if there's another NXI update. I'll have a video out, but I'm gonna try to stream on. I'm gonna try for twice a week if I can. So hopefully I'll be back on Thursday again. And then on Sunday, I might not be here because I am going to go attend the Flight Sim Expo in San Diego. Unless I feel crappy because I've still been recovering from getting COVID, then I will be at Flight Sim Expo. And I know Chris, who's in chat, is going, so I'll at least see him down there. But yeah, that should be really fun. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, DEFCON. Fly Farther, good to see you again. See you, Pedro. See you, Chris. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Kip OTG. Yeah, that's my username in here. You guys will see me flying in random spots, like recording videos, but hopefully I'll be recording videos. That's what I should be doing. Have a safe drive. I will. Thanks, KV. May have Skypark by next stream. Yeah, you should check it out. It's $35, like US dollars. I think it's worth it. It's really easy to get into. It's really easy to use. Very flexible. All right, guys, take it easy. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys probably like Thursday. and I'll chat with you in the Discord if you guys are in there. And the links to the mod I use, the 530 430s, in the description if you want to check out the 530 430 mod. That's a free one. And as well, the Four Seasons trees. Those are also linked in the description if you want to check those out. They're probably the only mod I would say is like a must-have is the trees. They're incredible. But all right, guys, take it easy. I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Have a good night. And see you in a few days.